the screens. Those white vans are going into all these buildings and changing out the chips and making sure that the new Wi-Fi systems have the weaponized frequencies in them. That's right, folks. They're going to go to 6 gigahertz, which is the absorption spectrum of iodine, and 60 gigahertz, which is the absorption spectrum of oxygen. They are retooling the electromagnetic weaponry that is installed everywhere all over the world right now. All right? There is no coronavirus, folks. This is a psychological warfare. Hoax to get you locked down so they can lock down all the public places and put the weaponry in. All right? That's what they're doing. Everything is off limits because what they're doing right now is they're either upgrading what's in there or testing what's in there remotely. All of these access points and these Wi-Fi systems all over the world are made by a handful of companies, and the specifications for these products in their product guides are only as good as the paper it's written on. And the truth about these electromagnetic weapons is they're not telling us what they're capable of, nor are they revealing to us that they have backdoors that can be controlled remotely. And ladies and gentlemen, these devices that are in the buildings right now, or the ones that are being upgraded right now as you're locked in your homes, are going to have the weaponized frequencies in them. There is no coronavirus, folks. There is no virus that's killing all these people, all right? What you have are typical flu-like, pneumonia-like, or these are typical deaths. These are typical death rates, folks. They are going all over the place with this propaganda. They have locked down the entire world so they can get in there with nobody looking to upgrade their weaponry, ladies and gentlemen. And in those places that the weaponry is already installed, they're testing it. All right? Do you understand what I'm talking about? Do you understand? Now, the second thing that's going on here is they're going to be forcing everybody to work out of their homes. All right? We're going into a complete 2-week shutdown starting on the 22nd. The 22nd of March this year, the whole country is going to go down on a lockdown for 2 weeks. The whole country is going into lockdown for 2 weeks. And, come April 6th, the whole thing is just going to disappear. You know why, folks? Not because the virus died, because the virus never existed in the first place. It's because all the weaponry will have been installed and tested. Okay? Those are the facts. Now, with everybody working out of their home, it's going to put a tremendous damper on bandwidth, and it's going to put a tremendous demand on internet access. And what's happening is some companies are already responding. They're ramping up the number of Wi-Fi hotspots that these cable companies and these ISPs are providing. They're going to start energizing the ones on the poles. They're going to start installing more 5G and more cell tower antennas on the poles during this period. So you're going to see, and people are going to demand more Wi-Fi, more public Wi-Fi hotspots from their neighbor's cable modem or whatever. You're going to see people demanding more bandwidth because they're all working out of their home, and this is a justification to increase the amount of wireless infrastructure in the residential neighborhoods. That's the second part of this agenda. The third part of this agenda is to get us to spend more time inside our homes, or our apartments, or our condos, or our motorhomes, or our trailers, whatever people are living in, your cabins. And all of you have brought into your homes, if you haven't been listening to me, all of you have brought into your homes these Wi-Fi devices and their weapons. A lot of these Wi-Fi systems already have the chips in them, and they can be remote controlled and turned on to broadcast at these different frequencies. Some of you have older technology. I have a cable modem that doesn't have any Wi-Fi capability, ladies and gentlemen. And then I have a Belkin router that I disable the wireless in, and then I frequently test to make sure there are no emissions coming out of it. But the stuff that's out now on the shelves, you're seeing the Wi-Fi 6 routers, you're seeing this new stuff with all these antennas on it. Those could potentially have the chips in them already. My point to you is do not bring any wireless devices into your home and get them out of your home. You need to get rid of all Wi-Fi systems in your home, because part of this agenda is to get you into your home and weaponize the infrastructure in your home that you bring into your home. And then they will control it remotely and turn it on at will. And at some point in the future, they are going to go live with a full-on millimeter wave pushing catastrophe that's going to result in all kinds of people getting sick and dying from electromagnetic exposure from 60 gigahertz oxygen molecule frequency transmissions coming from the weaponry in the cruise ships, in the homes, in the airplanes, in the schools, in the libraries, in the government buildings, in the churches. They're putting this everywhere, everywhere that has Wi-Fi right now. And all those places that don't, when we're done with this on April 6th, they're going to all have a weaponized electromagnetic frequency transmission system that will be capable of being remote controlled by those in control. So at some point in the future, they will be able to induce a massive die-off or pandemic. They're going to show symptoms of respiratory distress or neuroinvasive paralytic disease. They'll either bring back some electromagnetically induced polio type disease or some electromagnetically induced thing like the Spanish flu, where people are going to drop like flies, and they're going to blame it on a fake virus that doesn't exist, and they're going to have the vaccines ready, and they're going to make you take those vaccines, and they're going to make you go away and possibly be interned, and they're going to make you disappear if you're labeled as a carrier. We have a short window of time to expose what they're up to, folks. What is going on right now is nothing more than a psyop and a cover for them to get all their weaponry installed and get everything closed down so they can get their guys in there and remote control and test everything to make sure it's working right.